Oh, let me right. Had to hit the button.
I'm just recording on my end. I'm recording here. Roland, you're recording on end just for safety reasons. All right, so you all ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do a little intro and then we will come back to all three of us. And okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to CineQuest Video. Today, we're going to be doing a review of the newly released Shudder original, Destroy All Neighbors. Hello, everyone, and today we are joined by Mondotron, aka Goggletron, aka Roland here, and then rejoining us again from our what did we do last time, Bryce? Saw 10 and Cobweb, Brycicus.
Yeah.
Here on the episode today.
Would you Saw 10 or X or
Saw X? Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do remember the Cobweb though.
Yeah, Roland's coming at you with the ASMR with his Doritos.
Sure.
All right.
Doritos. These
are. So just before we go on, I just want to give a quick synopsis of the movie. Destroy All Neighbors, again, is a Shudder original. It is starring Alex Winter, which was confusing to me that he got top billing because I only remember him initially from him being the guy's lawyer. But we also have Jonah Ray, Kieran Diol, and Randy Heller. This is like the main people, like the landlord, and of course the girlfriend of Jonah Ray, who plays Willie or William.
Yep.
Willie. So Destroy All Neighbors. I know we had heard about this probably a couple months ago or not too long ago, Bryce, and we had kind of discussed it. So what did we all think of Destroy All Neighbors? I'll go with Bryce first because I'm pretty sure he saw it. Go ahead.
Oh,
nice. Oh,
there
yeah,
you go.
coming in there with the little knife.
Hot, dude.
I liked it. I think I told you before, Ray. It's as much as I liked it, I felt like it really wasn't anything too new. You know, like it's gonna be mind blowing. I did like the effects a lot. The special effects the practical effects were really good. It's just it's very musician sort of oriented humor. I feel like, you know, but overall I liked it. I don't know. I feel like it's a Shudder original, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys, movie. I mean, so weren't you guys are aware that Alex Winters was Vlad, right?
Yes.
Not at
after
first.
the fact.
I didn't.
Not at first. Not at first. I didn't know. Again, it's why I mentioned Roland in the beginning that.
Okay.
I was kind of confused that because he gets top billing in the intro credits, which was probably one of the better points of the film. Like whenever the intro credits started up, I was like, well, looks like it's gonna be a fun movie just by the credits alone. And I was like, where is Alex Winter in this whole thing? Like, because he gets fucking top billing. And then literally at the end credits, I was like, don't tell me he was fucking he was Vlad. And I was like, oh shit, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Brought you back to the freaks.
He looked like what's his face from the leprechaun from the Leprechaun horror series.
Oh, Warwick Davis.
Yeah. Which I just loved watching it, thinking like, oh, that's Alex Winter.
Yeah.
I
had no idea, honestly, until
you know the fact that he was Vlad, and after knowing that after the fact just made me kind of enjoy the movie a little bit more because of how outrageous the character itself is and how like over the top it's played. And you know, I come to think of it, if you're thinking about Bill and Ted's either Bogus Journey, whenever he plays like the old lady and he's like he's actually a pretty good like character actor in that sense, you know.
Yeah,
you put the makeup on, he turns into that particular character. So he's actually, again, surprisingly very good under all that makeup. You know, like
I liked his cameo in there though with the lawyer too. Where he was like, "Come on, man! Like they said they didn't find a body. Okay, like are we good? Like, shake hands. I really need this. Okay, like my wife
needed the
like,
win.
Yeah, I need this win. My wife is always giving me shit or whatever because I'm always losing. It's fucking funny, dude. Like, oddly enough, this movie just made me think of like I don't know. Like if it was maybe a mini series or something on TV.
Yeah, that's
The
what I was thinking
production
about
was really
too, yeah.
good, but like it almost felt like I was watching like a horror kids show or some shit. Because like Vlad's, after he gets he
gets dismembered.
He gets yeah. Well, after first he gets like I don't know, accidentally murdered or manslaughtered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they take him apart, right? And then they start putting him back together. Or actually, even before then, I think it starts with Will having a hallucination, and like when he's sleeping in bed, and you see like Vlad's face as the fan, and like it vomits. I really loved seeing like when they introduced that scene because like you it's like an overhead shot, right? And you see the whirring hands of the fan blades. The second I saw that, I was like, those are his fucking hands, and I'm like, yes, how are they gonna do this shit? And then, oh, that's gross. Holy fuck. That actually I thought would have been a really great like possession or like demon scene or whatever in a movie, like in a horror movie. That shit, or like
I was kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
yeah.
that's some Nightmare on Elm Street in there, and then like later on with like the way the dismembered hands are just like all over the place. I was getting some real like Evil Dead 2 vibes, and Evil Dead in general, right?
Yeah.
That shit was never really explained, right? Because like at first other people couldn't hear him talking to the corpses, right?
Right.
And then,
well, I thought it was all in his head, to be honest with you.
At first, and then like it starts crossing over and like doing some weird mojo where it's like okay, the homeless guy who turns out to be his fucking childhood hero or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the bass player guy in the YouTube video, right, or something.
He sees like he sees Vlad or whatever in the back seat, and he's like, oh yeah, he murdered me real bad or whatever, like saying stuff. And then later on, they all see in the studio the two assholes. They see the dead old lady who turns out to be like a closet prog rock like I was gonna say like enthusiast or fan, but she's like a super fan and shit.
Yeah.
What was the name of that fucking guitar? I had it in my head.
I forgot the name, but they were like just ridiculous names for like that particular. When they open the door and they all like they know what the fucking instrument that is.
Megatar
or something. Yeah, Megatar. There you go. It's something like that. Yeah.
And
like at the cop at the end is like, I know that sound anywhere. It's a Megatar.
Like, that sounds like a Megatar. Like what's going on over there? Like, well, fuck off. I did love like how I loved how the scenes were written. Maybe not necessarily how I don't know. Like I felt like certain scenes just kind of dragged a bit where I was
I think that's what talking about like some of the faults of this movie is that it's not exactly like anything spectacular.
Like it was too much of a slow burn, and then like it kind of just sort of the plot just sort of wanders around with no real direction.
Well, yeah, I mean, what are we following here? We're following one character,
I guess,
who's a sound engineer at a studio who gets fired, and he's trying to finish his prog rock album. That's not like a story you can go like anywhere in the world with. It's a pretty straight lane. He needs to finish his album.
It feels like we watched like some kind of indie film horror, like coming of age horror movie or something.
Yeah, that's practically what it is,
like,
Yeah,
but like parody.
Like it's kind of been a little bit like I kind of got that whole like it's been done before thing a little bit with the whole like he just needed to realize that he was his own like worst obstacle to overcome, and of course obviously like, but
And it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
that's
no
the-
shit, buddy. Welcome to life. And he even says that too, I think, when he's
Yeah.
talking about prog rock. It's like life, man, and all its complexities. And what do they make fun of him for? They're like, "Where were you 30 years ago? Like, you could have talked some sense into, was it Phil Collins or some shit?"
Yeah. Yeah. You
I
know,
like how the wife though like has a complete like 180. Like she's like scared of him and like wanting to call the police on him, and then like she's trying to help him finish the record at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
she's
Did she ever
falling on
see
him, and then
Did she ever see the undead guys, or is that like?
no,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think so. No.
so. She ends up being his lawyer in the end, which I called like watching. I'm like, huh, she's gonna be his lawyer and shit. It's gonna be funny.
Mm.
I mean, just think of it like almost like Airheads, you know, without all the zombies and stuff
Yeah,
like that. You know,
yeah,
like, these guys need to
um,
like get their music out there for everyone to hear, and then everyone's gonna see that they're fucking geniuses. It's pretty much Airheads, but again with
Like a
disembodied
there's
bodies and
one
stuff like
line
that.
in the movie though where it's like I kind of felt a little connection to it with the fucking when he says the girlfriend, it was not his wife, I'm sorry, his girlfriend, but he says he's like, well, if you don't like me for my music, what do you like me for? And I was just kind of like, I don't know why, I just thought that was funny. Because I was like thinking like, damn, like what does he what is she like, I don't know, like what is he really contributing
Their
there?
realization moment
yeah.
or whatever. That they're both just like dull people.
Yeah, exactly.
Uninteresting.
Yeah.
Well, Bryce, the one thing I want to talk to you about, since it is kind of like a movie that's kind of geared in like the humor towards musicians and stuff, there's a lot of jabs at prog rock in this whole movie and rock and roll in general. There's Thomas Lennon, who plays like I guess his main producer guy.
Yeah.
Whenever he's like late, he's like,
Telling him
being
what
late is not what rock and roll is all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
You know, and his like constant sayings of like what rock and roll is or isn't.
Yeah.
Of
Cocaine
course,
is not what rock and roll is all about.
Yeah. And you have like that artist who's like so full of himself. Was it Caleb Jensen
Caleb
or
Bang,
Yeah,
Bang Johnson or
he
something?
needed you to say his full name.
Yeah.
It couldn't just be the one. Yeah.
Yeah, like
What
when
did
he
you
plays,
say? Like,
he plays him a snippet of his record, and he's like, "Man, this sucks." And he's like,
Yeah.
you can see like his face just.
Yeah.
I loved it at the end of the movie where they tie him up with the entrails, and he's like, "Fucking just kill me!" Like, I hate prog rock, man.
Yeah, and of course, like the instructional videos, or they're like, he's like, man, that's
Yeah.
one tasty riff, or what is it? He says, like, that's one, I think it's tasty riff or some shit. But it's like all the hammer-ons and like the double.
I as I was watching this movie, I mean, I guess I unironically thought to myself, I go, that's one reason why I'm not a big fan of like prog rock
Like,
bands.
oh my God. My urge
initially,
to
you know.
listen to Dream Theater is just
Oh,
it's
no.
getting so unstoppable. What can you do, Ray?
Well, that's
It'd be
another thing
funny
I
if,
wanted to. That's another thing I wanted to
Petrucci
say is
came
like,
out.
yeah,
You know,
if he
Petrucci should
did,
have come out, man.
he should have come out. He should have come out,
Yeah.
right? Just to poke fun at his own genre of music.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as if anyone who has listened in the past knows, and I mentioned this in many of our other podcasts as well, is that I do not like Dream Theater. I'm not a big fan of like prog rock in general,
He loves
or just like instrumental stuff. You know, that's just a little too complex for its own good. But I mean, I appreciate the musicianship
yours.
and
So
whatever.
you're not a big Yes fan.
No. See, I like songs from these people. I just don't like them as a whole.
You don't like
know?
Asia?
No,
No.
I like some Asia songs.
or the continent.
Like Rush too. I like Rush a lot too, but I mean that's more like the common man's prog rock.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rush
know?
doesn't go too far out on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dream Theater, Dragon Force, like all those kinds of bands that are just like too much. Like it's just too much for me personally.
How do you feel about Genesis?
Genesis has their place, and I mean when they got more poppy is when they got more popular, you know. So I mean,
Yeah. You don't like any of that what is it, the lion lays down on Broadway, or what is it, or the lamb lays down on
that's too
Broadway,
much.
or whatever?
That's too much already. Come on, it's too much.
What was the name of the guy's song that he ended up going with? It was
It was something about the circus.
Oh, Forlorn Circus, something Forlorn Circus, or
are you sure?
Reverie
know
for
why.
Forlorn Circus, some shit like that.
I thought it was like a tableau for a forlorn circus or something.
He
Fuck. That's something
did he have lyrics to it though? Because there was
No,
it
it
wasn't
was
right
just-
at the end. He
no,
I think he
narrated
narrated
going-
it.
yeah,
When he was
at the end he
talking
was like,
about, like,
"The Goblin
goblins."
voice.
Yeah.
This is the Goblin.
Yeah, I fucking love that. And then like the guitar starts like spitting out rainbows and shit.
Yeah.
He has like a cape.
Yeah, has a cape on.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of reminds me of fucking what is that movie? I'm literally blanking with David St. Hubbins and
I don't know who that is.
Spinal Tap. Sorry. Whenever they're doing
Oh.
like the druids scene, you know, and they're doing like all these like extra like crazy shit, or like whenever they go into their jazz odyssey, you know, it's all it's just like self-indulgent masturbatory shit. That's what I think.
What was Phillips? His preferred instrument was the bassoon, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What did he end up playing?
He was shit. What did he play?
It wasn't like a trumpet or something, was it? Or like the key? He
might
didn't play
have
the keys. Did he play keys?
Some kind of wind instrument. No, keys was I thought that was the old lady. Oh no, she was.
No, the whatever the
studio.
black guy was playing keys.
So then, so Philip was
playing
playing the keys.
Yeah.
Okay, and Vlad was on drums.
Vlad was on drums.
Well, his intros were playing drums.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Willie was on Megatar or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And what's his face? What did he call Augie? Yeah.
Oh, the homeless guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
the
bassist
he was
virtuoso.
Yeah, because I like his makeup when he runs over. It's like not even like, it should be flat, but it's like this protruding like thing that
it looks like a long piece of toast that they just kind of like whopped on his face. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So I thought Philip was really random and hilarious. I guess how he just sort of walked in there and started wrecking Will's shit, and then ends up getting like actually murdered in self-defense, right? Yeah. His crazy old ass. And then like through death becomes, well, I don't know. I still think part of it is obviously that Will is insane or lost his mind. But like, anyways, through death, like Philip becomes his friend again or something. Like he becomes a part of his wacky hijinks heist. All of a sudden.
So
I forgot why he comes into he's like mad because he's playing music, right?
Yeah, he's complaining about like the sound.
Because
the guy's a musician, and so he's always playing music and shit.
But... Yeah, so I mean, he was. I mean, you have like Willow who's pissed off at Vlad for making all this noise.
Yeah,
and
then it's the
lifting
same
cinder blocks, and then it's the same thing with him. You know.
Yeah, speaking of that, the fucking workout equipment he had was like all pulleys and shit, and fucking cans of concrete
blocks
or whatever.
Yeah, like those DIY YouTube videos of people making cement.
What is he listening to? Like this dance music?
It's like some
EDM stuff.
Yeah. Well, he tells him that he's like, "That's like, yo, Willie, that's why we're gonna make just make EDM or some shit like that."
Yeah, need music.
Dude, his Eastern European. I was telling Ray that his like Eastern European accent like kind of like goes off into like a little bit almost like Cholo sometimes. Like, come on, Willie, you wanna hit me, Willie? Like, come on,
get it? Yeah, he's kind of got a bit of a ghetto
it's fun
feel to him. I really like the one time they talk about like him at all where he's like, oh yes, like it just kind of gives like a portrait shot, and he talks about like how all of his family is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, back from home, they're all dead or something like that. He just kind of like looks off, and then that's it, back to asshole mode.
Yeah.
And in the end, he becomes like a metaphorical demon for him to overcome. Or some shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking random as fuck.
It went all like pick of destiny with like the devil or something like that. Did y'all catch the guy in the beginning who was Willie's initial neighbor whenever he's leaving, and he got like
who is that,
record and stuff? I don't know who it is, but I just thought it was funny what he said, like that like all the hard work is paid off, and of course the trust fund from his dad and shit like that. And I was just like, that I've been watching these YouTube videos of this guy who like talks about like, I guess, famous musicians who have made it, but knowing that they have a background in like they have connections already in the industry, and they have like all this family money that are backing them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's not to say that hard work isn't part of it, but I mean, like the fact that they have money is also a huge part of the fact that they've reached the success that they've had. aka like Taylor Swift or something, you know.
Yeah, but then he ends up in the jail later on with him.
Yeah, very airheads.
Yeah,
you know,
because he basically stole the idea from someone else or something like that.
Yeah, he stole it off of somebody off of social media or something.
Yeah.
And I mean that guy. So like, don't the two assholes steal credit or whatever for his album? Or are they like his?
They get an award,
studio?
but I mean, like
they accept his award.
Accept his award,
because, yeah. Yes, because
but they accept it on his behalf, which is hilarious. But
it's so funny because then they give him the little. I mean, I don't know what jail he's in, but I don't know what American jail. This is like a. Here's the thing, though. He's I know it's manslaughter. He's a what do you say? He tells him, "I'm not a murderer or serial killer. I'm a mass manslaughter.
I'm a serial manslaughter."
Yeah. So I don't know, like what kind of security prison that would land him in. But I think it's funny that they let him have that little fucking like Mellotron thing. I don't know what that's called. With the little pin.
Yeah,
that's very like a Norwegian black metal scene where they were allowing these guys to make music in their jail cells and shit, like giving them like keyboards and stuff. It's like I don't know what American prison that is, where they're gonna let you have that stuff, but
no, I have no idea either. Yeah,
it's like a little sharp pin thing too. Like, I don't know, man. Well,
I guess he's Norwegian, like pretty comfy
in a Norwegian prison. I mean, I think we would all like be nice in a Norwegian prison, considering like all the amenities they have for them.
Yeah,
there. I think it's more than we have on the outside here in America. So.
Yeah. But
yeah,
it's just funny. He's making music. I don't know, Ray. I was gonna ask you, like, you think you could make like start a whole new album just writing music on that little thing? Like, you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a sick idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
I don't know. Just he kept trying to write his music on that. He would bring it out every so often. He was in bed with it.
You know, those things are pretty cheap. Like you can get one fairly. Yeah, they're cheap little like things you can get. And I know.
Can't you just like sort of set one up yourself, like a Raspberry Pi or some shit?
Yeah, I think so.
You can have a digital version, yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, I don't know what year this was, but I mean, it didn't seem like he had like the best technology other than the setup that he had in his apartment.
Hey man, he had a tape,
a lot of nice
tape machine.
Well, exactly.
He had a bunch of badass synthesizers. I mean, like, analog synthesizers, like in his little corner that he was at.
Yeah, I saw the corner.
Bad for acoustics, by the way. Bad for acoustics. Being in the corner.
I saw that corner. I was like, man, I want that.
Yeah,
I want that. You know. But anyways, overall thoughts about this movie, guys. I'll go first on this. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've said our piece. I thought it was a fun movie. It was pretty like over the top characters. Great practical effects. The story is the thing that suffers in this whole movie. But I mean, it's to be expected. It's a predictable movie. Again, like I mentioned before, think Airheads, but with zombies and like dead bodies and stuff like that. But I enjoyed it. I probably would watch it again just as a background noise. I think the thing that sold it for me primarily was Alex Winter as Vlad, and eventually knowing that he was Vlad, because Vlad character he's an asshole, and he is annoying, but again,
he's also like not a bad person necessarily.
Yeah.
He's just trying to teach him.
Vlad has layers, you know.
Yeah, he's the ogre. He has the onions. You gotta peel them off. Like that. Roland, overall thoughts on this movie?
I liked it. It's really cool seeing Alex Winters pull off one of those, like I said, leprechaun, suits. And I'm trying to think of like other actors that have done that well, aside from Warwick Davis there. And I was just like, oh yeah,
Eddie Murphy could have probably pulled it off. Think about it. He could have been Vlad. He totally could have been.
He could have been several people in this movie.
Who was the
Played every
Penguin in
person.
the
Yeah.
last Batman movie? It
Oh,
was
that's
Colin
another thing.
Farrell, right?
Colin Farrell. He
It was
unrecognizable as Colin Farrell in that movie. Yeah.
John Leguizamo could
Oh
could
yeah,
probably do
John
that.
Leguizamo could have done it. Yeah.
There's
I
another
got real-
unrecognizable person. Yeah, for sure.
and was I thinking of? I was just trying to throw it out there just to be an asshole. Who's like somebody who would need to wear a suit or something. It's like Russell Crowe or
No.
And the Pope's
No.
Exorcist.
Yeah. And the Pope's Exorcist. I was like, why do I have thank you? That's what I need. There was something floating around in the back of my head. Who is like a gross, annoying, fucking stupid looking. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That was it. Thank you, Ray. You just helped me pull that out and just get it. Just got to get it out of there. Ugh, it's horrible. The movie is pretty cool. How long was the movie? Did you guys
It's like
pay
an
attention to
hour
It
and
wasn't
change.
very long.
Wasn't very long at all.
it? The main character watching it made me think a lot of what's his face. What's his face is well, like the look of the character, I guess. From My Name Is Earl, his the main character's brother, who was like this bum alcoholic. And,
Okay, I got you.
Which isn't really like sort of who this guy is. It's just like the way he looks is just like this the loser, and I don't know why that guy just reminded me of that. So this movie's pretty cool. It's pretty funny, and yeah, that's the other movie I was trying to think of that it made me think of was the Frighteners. It's just like really dumb.
Oh, okay.
With the ghosts and
The
shit.
Ghost or
Dumb
American
but
Werewolf in
great.
London.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I absolutely. If that had is the Frighteners available on Steelbook? Ray, is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure it's available somewhere.
I gotta
You
shark
gotta
that
look for
down.
the original lenticular lens, like the lenticular.
I want
the face
all the
changes.
versions.
You remember
See
that,
if I
Ray?
can-
The VHS where you
Yeah.
VHS
Mhm.
box.
Yeah. I'm pretty
See if
sure
I
that
can
would
get
be like
somebody
a feature in like a Blu-ray or something. I mean, I don't see like why they would get rid of that.
laser discs.
You could find a laser disc of Frighteners probably. Go to
Yeah.
Half Price Books or something.
Ray,
Maybe.
don't tempt me, Ray.
Don't tempt me. Yeah.
I mean, all right,
Bryce, what did you think? What is your overall thoughts about this movie?
I liked it. After like a second viewing, it did grow on me a little more. Like I said, finding out that Alex Winters was Blood, until you told me, I didn't even realize it. But I think Roland said it best. It kind of reminded me of like it could have been like a series or something. Like it reminded me, it's like almost had like a Monster of the Week feel. And I don't know how to explain it. Like, I mean, obviously it's not exactly what was going on, but did y'all ever see like the Todd and the Book of Pure Evil and stuff like that? It kind of like has like that.
I've heard of that one. I have not seen it.
Elements.
I think I've seen parts of it.
Yeah. But I guess that's the thing too. Like, I don't even know if there was necessarily like a paranormal. Like, they don't kind of tell you exactly. It's like, was it all in his mind or whatever? But I don't know, man. Like I said, I really like the special effect or the practical effects anyway. Is really good, especially when he becomes a giant monster at the end. I thought that was kind of cool. It looked badass. But.
So it jumps between being like really cool practical and then like very cheesy looking CG stuff that actually fit pretty well.
You know, it gave me a feel for like Psycho Gorman.
Oh yeah,
that kind of feel to it too. You know.
Yeah.
Which is another one I need to own on a Blu-ray or DVD or whatever the fuck. You know.
Okay.
I need to rewatch Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman really does have some great like
those types of movies.
That's what I kind of want out of that movie, because like Psycho Gorman, like I feel like even though this kind of a different, I mean it's a different movie obviously, but I kind of want like that out of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it was something about it. It's good, but it's just
missing.
I don't
something.
know. Yeah, it's missing something.
It's missing something.
And I feel like a lot of Shudder originals kind of have that. Like they put them out, and it's like, you know, it could be good, but there's just something that I don't know, man. And I think maybe you were saying it's like the story. Maybe the story just wasn't like, it was kind of bland. I don't know, for me.
Yeah,
but
like
it's not that it's unfinished or something.
Yeah.
It's just like like needed more time to cook or whatever.
It's just
Yeah.
it's a predictable story. Like there's nothing.
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
this,
Did you guys, for
great
example,
about it
really
at
quick,
all.
that it's funny you can mention that, and here's another like easy example for me. When at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, when Will was like confronting the cops, and he's like, "Oh, I got to convince him to be crazy." Did you guys immediately think that he was going to send Vlad's hand in a box or whatever? When
Yeah,
me
yeah.
too. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, but see, here was what I was thinking. I was like, oh, he's gonna send him with his hand flipping them off.
Yeah,
Fuck, that
yeah,
would have been
something like
great,
that.
you know.
Yeah.
And no, but like it was still. I was like, ah, shit. Like but it was still cool to see. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna do this, and
But I'm telling you, like it's almost like towards the end of it, it's almost like Airheads.
Mhm.
You
yeah,
know, the
Well, it's
confrontation with the
very
true.
cops
much
and shit
is.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they would have had like Lemmy show up from the dead,
Oh, yeah, like we
magazine.
yeah, they fucking do like the CGI Lemmy or some shit like
The
they
hologram.
Carrie
Lemmy,
like
right?
they did Carrie
Hologram.
Fisher. They did Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher Lemmy and shit.
Oh no.
You
Well, I mean, eventually we'll have AI Lemmy. So
Oh yeah, we'll have that eventually. Yeah.
we you know
Ray,
he'll-
Ray, like it should have been like that movie we were talking about. Fuck you, where like the guys in the hot tub and all the fucking musicians. I mean, obviously they may not have the budget to get like all the fucking people. What the hell movie was that?
I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was on Netflix, and it's a
fucking-
bunch of kids trying to make. They're like a death metal band, and they're trying to like play at the
yeah, like
the
Rob
prom or
Halford comes
something.
out
And like I think Dave Grohl shows up, and like Tom Morello, and then Rob Halford and shit like that, and they're all in the hot tub. I was like that's where all the budget for that movie went.
yeah, for sure.
You know that movie wasn't that good.
No,
Like this movie was better than that.
yeah,
movie.
I would say yes, most definitely. Yeah, I will give you that. It's just
Mm-hmm.
funny. I'm surprised they didn't have more like musician cameos or
Yeah.
some shit.
Well, they had Thomas
mean-
Lennon. I mean, I don't know if he's a musician or not.
I need to
but-
look it up. I'm sure there are a shitload of references in here that I didn't catch. I was mostly just paying
you know
attention to,
the
like,
Thomas
horror-
Lennon
the horror
character made me
cues.
the Thomas Lennon character made me think of Tim Meadows from Walk Hard. Whenever like he would go into the bathroom and he'd be like, "Get out of here, Dewey! You don't want none of this." You know, like
Yeah.
he's kind of telling him what rock and
From
roll
Dewey
should and shouldn't be.
Cox.
Yeah, from
And
Dewey
Yeah.
Cox story, yeah.
paid for
Cox.
drugs. Yeah,
It makes
Those
It
are my
makes sex better.
favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite fucking scenes.
Yeah, they'll be timeless. You know, if Tim Meadows never reaches any sort of like superstar status, he has those scenes to bring happiness to everyone in the world.
And
and the ladies, man.
damn it, I was about to say that shit, fucker. God damn it, I was literally like stuttering out.
Did you ever get your fucking Cavassier? Did you ever get your Cavassier?
No, but I'm
Ray?
gonna get some. No, I'm gonna get some Hennessy at some point. All right, just let me get paid. Let me get paid. That's why I got vodka. It was
Hennessy.
cheap. You know.
You want some syrup on yours pancakes? A little bit of that breakfast juice.
All right. Well, I guess that'll be it for this review. If you like this video and review, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the next review, whatever that will be coming up. See you all next time.